What's going on, guys? My name's Corrupt, and today I've got an in-depth gem guide here for you guys here in 2019. So these are how to get gems here, as well as the best and worst ways to spend your gems here in Clash of Clans in 2019. So let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the best ways that you guys can get your gems, and then we're going to talk about the best and worst ways to spend them. So we're going to be starting off with magic items first, so I don't forget. So we're going to be taking a look at here. So we're going to be starting off with the books. Books here can be sold for 50 gems a piece. So for each one that you have, you can sell them for 50. Again, remember, you can only hold one. The potions here, on the other hand, can be sold for 10. Usually, the best way for me is to sell that, like, if you have a full set of magic items, such as having maybe all training potions, or, for instance, for me, all clock tower potions. If you see one for free in the trader, easily sell that for 10 gems and get the other one for free. It's perfect value for it, and you actually receive 10 gems because of that. So all the potions will sell for will sell for 10 gems. The wall rings here will sell for 5 a piece. Holding 25 is actually going to give you some good value, so definitely take advantage of that sometimes. Shovel of Obstacles is also the same way. They hold, but this time they sell for 50. So you can hold 5. That's pretty good value if you still have them. I haven't seen them necessarily in a while, and I am going to be talking about if it is worth it to buy it in the shop, but that'll come later. However, you can still see selling it is totally worth it. Ruins, obviously the same thing. They are pretty much worth it to sell, unless you're going to be using them, obviously. However, I think they are definitely a good thing to sell, especially if you are in the need of gems. And the hammers are probably one of the best ways to sell gems, because you get 100. Now, these are very, very useful, and you're most likely going to be using them. However, if you want to take advantage of getting gems and you don't necessarily need them anymore, just use them to just sell gems, or just sell them for gems. Easy. So you guys go, that is necessarily all the selling of the magic items. We're going to be going through the other ways as well, such as getting obstacles from the home village and from the builder base. I would necessarily say it's probably one of the cheapest ways to actually get gems. You really just need to use some elixir or use some gold to get rid of obstacles. Again, for me, I never get stones. It's only elixir based stuff, and that's really on both villages. If you're a new player and you're just clearing everything out, you're gonna have to use gold on the stones. However, that's still a really nice way to get gems, so don't spend gems when you're at the lower town halls. Definitely save up, and definitely keep those gems up as you start to make sure that your whole area gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So the other way that you guys can do or can get gems is through achievements, just like kind of how I have these achievements here, Firefighter and War Hero. But you are going to see that this is another really neat way of getting gems. I think probably one of the easier ones is definitely, doing clan games. Maybe if you guys are into the goblin maps, you can do that. The clan war leagues, if you do that a lot. And the other one that I actually like a lot, and I don't think I can find it right now, is necessarily, Knee and Tidy. That's an easy one. Release the Beast is another really easy one. There's a lot of good ones, and I think probably the best one is the League All-Star. Perfect, because you can get from Crystal to Masters to Champs. You get a lot of gems, so definitely take advantage of those. Now, the next one I'm going to be showing you guys, and this is going to be the last one on how to get gems here, is going to be through the gem mine, obviously. It's just like how it says, it's a mine for gems. However, just because it's a little bit different than what you see with other things, it's per day and not per hour. This means you should be taking advantage of this and not purchasing it or not taking it every day. You can see with mine's level 5, but I get 3. So that means maybe after 4 days, I will then go pick it up and I'll get 12 gems from it, which is actually pretty worth it. So for every 4 days, getting 12 gems is actually not bad. But again, it all depends up to what level yours is, and I would just totally max it out and just start abusing it. So those are some of the best ways that you guys can get gems. I think that it's a really neat way, so hopefully you guys definitely will start doing that. Now, I'm going to be telling you guys the best and worst ways that I believe that you guys should be spending your gems here. And even though you don't have to follow this, you can do whatever you want. However, this is my recommendation. This might be a good idea for you guys. So we're going to be starting off with the daily discounts. Obviously, the daily discounts here, you can see Training Potion, Power Potion, and Book of Building. So, what is worth it? So we're going to be starting off with the potions. The Training Potion and the Clock Tower Potion, you can get those for free, and I would always do that. However, the Training Potion costs 25 gems. The Clock Tower Potion costs 75. I necessarily wouldn't buy the Clock Tower Potion just because it's not necessarily worth it unless you play Builder Base. It's pretty cheap again, but again, it's not necessarily all that worth it. However, if you do play it, perfect. Training Potion, however, really, really good. I actually like that, and it's a really good potion that you can necessarily efficiently just increase that production for the barbarian or for the barracks, spell factories, workshops, and heroes for an hour. So that's crazy. That's really, really good. Now, resource potions cost 115 gems. And necessarily, if I just move back here, it is probably, again, another neat way of getting them. If you can stack them like what I do, hey. However, 115, it depends up to you. However, I think that's worth it since it does it for 1 day, and that's really, really good. So if you can save those up, not just through buying them, but through getting them through clan games, it'd be really, really beneficial. Builder Potion, I would say, is not worth it. It only goes really to 9 hours, and it's not necessarily the biggest change. I would rather get, like, a Book of Building rather than a Builder Potion. Now, a Power Potion is actually really useful, and so is the Hero. I would say those are worth it for the 300, because if you have a hero that is level 25, let's say you're a Town Hall 9, and you have like level 25 heroes, and you use that, boom, they are max level. So you always want to actually take care of that. So definitely get those. Those are pretty good. And then the Power Potion do the same thing. They max your troops out. Totally worth it. Wall Rings, I would say not necessarily worth it. Neither are the Wall Rings for 5 or 10. Not worth it in my opinion. Skip over those. Not necessarily something I would buy. The next ones are going to be the Shovel of Obstacle. I really wouldn't buy that unless you're going to use it. Don't buy it. You're not going to get value off of it. The books here are all different. Book of Heroes, depending up to you, I would say it's worth it. It just depends. You can get those for free anyways through clan games. However, you can always still do it. As far as the other books, depends on you. So I would say I'm mixed because I have actually done that as well. I've actually bought a Book of Heroes before. I've bought a Book of Spells, a Book of Fighting, a Book of Building. So, it's not different. So definitely it depends up to you and your, preference to what you want to buy. The next thing here is going to be the Ruins. I would skip the Ruins just because you can get them for free through clan games, and they're just not worth it to buy. They're too much unless you buy gems, not occasionally, but like almost always. You might as well just buy them to waste gems. However, I wouldn't buy them. The next way that you guys can spend it is through insta upgrading buildings, heroes, and that's really necessary, or even buying resources. And I would never buy resources. Such a bad trade there, because it's just not even worth it. You can get 1 million elixir by just doing some farming. That's it. That's all you have to do. So you can get those really easily. So I would say don't buy them. Not worth it. Now, as far as insta upgrading, I wouldn't do it neither for heroes, neither for buildings. If you want to like reset for the clan castle, say you don't have any clan castle troops and you misspelled something, you can do that, but it's not necessarily worth it. So I would wait and then delete them and then request again if you made a mistake. Insta getting troops is something I personally wouldn't do. Again, it's just like insta upgrading, not worth it. The last thing I want to talk about here is going to be buying the war slots. I don't necessarily think this is worth it. It's just, you're not really, if you're going to use it, then buy them. But if you're not going to use them, don't buy them. I would just say they're a little bit too much, and for each one of those, it's roughly going to be 4,500 gems. So it's not necessarily worth it for all of them. So depending on you, but I would say for me, not necessarily worth it. If you're going to use them, go for it. If you're not, don't buy them. So there you guys go. Those are going to be the best ways to spend your gems as well as get gems here in Clash of Clans in 2019. I know it was a little bit longer of a video, however, hopefully you guys did learn something. If you guys did, why not leave a like and subscribe. If you guys want to join the Exit Humanity family, the link to the Discord is in the description. And if you guys want to join my community Discord server, the code is on the screen as well as the link to it is in the description below. And feel free to hit me up on Twitter. My handle is on the screen as well as in the description below for the link. And there you guys go. Thank you guys so much for coming to the video, and hopefully you guys did kind of find this a little bit enjoyable and definitely learn something from this guide. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt signing out.